everyone, it's Haze, and in today's video we are once again going to do the Miraculous Monday meme review where my friend Hedge finds me the very best Miraculous memes, I just hit my elbow, from across the internet and I react to them. However, because it's a reaction, I haven't looked at the memes he sent me, I don't know what any of these contain, and I think it's a fairly good estimation for me to make that I am about to theorise and speculate about the rest of season 5 going forward. However, I am aware that some more leaks have happened, some pretty big leaks, some leaks about the finale, but because I haven't looked at those leaks, I haven't read anything about those leaks in terms of what they contain because I don't want to spoil it for myself, I don't know what exactly has happened, and I actually would really like to keep it that way. And a lot of people watch my videos because they also want to keep it that way, and I am trying my absolute best to keep the comments leak free. If you want to go out of your way and look at the leaks, that is totally fine. Go and do it. But please find an ounce of kindness within your soul and don't go and spoil it for everybody else. Okay? That's all I'm asking you to do. You can go and read and look at all the leaks you want, but please do not talk about it to other people if they do not want to talk about it. And I'm telling you right now, I do not want to talk about it. So if you could be ever so slightly kind and not mention them, that would be much appreciated. Not only are you ruining the experience for other people who love the show, and I truly do love the show, but you're also feeding someone who is paying hackers to getting all this information, which is just morally wrong. And as much as I dislike Thomas Astruc, I do respect him as a writer, and I can't even imagine what him and his team are feeling knowing that all of their hard work has basically been ruined. And I know like most of these episodes haven't been animated. If I was an animator on the show and I've seen like, well, the storyboard for the episode and the script has already been leaked, I'd be like, what's the point of even animating it? I would think the voice actors are feeling rather similar, like what's the point of recording the dub for this episode and taking the time to put effort into my craft when everyone knows what happens already? You know what I mean? So first of all, I do think it is disrespectful to the show to go out and seek out the leaks, but I think it's even more disrespectful to then go ahead and spoil it for everyone else. So yeah, I would really, really appreciate and respect it if you didn't leave those leaks. So now we got that out of the way, let's get started with the meme review. Okay, so first meme. If I hadn't cut the napkin, it would hurt Max's eye. That was just so stupid. Lila, you saved my eye. You sacrificed yourself for me. First of all, the napkin was thrown in a direction that was impossible to hit your eye. Second of all, you wear glasses for the love of God. It would never hurt your eye. I mean, right, okay, yeah, I agree just in general, but as a glasses wearer, I've been wearing glasses since I was 4. The amount of things I have still got in my eyes, even with glasses on, is ridiculous, right? So you have my glasses and then you have your eyelashes, which are like your last line of defense of keeping things out of your eye. And not only do I have eyelashes, unlike Luca, but I have long and curly eyelashes, right? I don't have like tiny little stubby ones. Like my eyelashes are literally my favourite thing about myself. Like that's how beautiful I think my eyelashes are. So we weren't allowed to wear makeup in high school because I have dark hair. My eyelashes are also quite dark. And everyone was like, wow, Haze, your eyelashes are so curly, because everyone could still see them. Even with glasses on, everyone could still see my eyelashes. And I was like, lads, that's not even the full length of my eyelash, because the ends of my eyelashes are all blonde. So you can't even see the full length of my eyelashes. Alright, what point was I making? I just gone on a rant about how beautiful my eyelashes are. Oh yeah, glasses. So, I mean, no, a napkin wouldn't have got behind my glasses, obviously, but like, things still get in your eye if you have glasses on. Like, no, of course not. The napkin wouldn't have hit him. Well, I mean, it wouldn't have hit his glasses, wouldn't have hit his eye or whatever. But like, the class is so stupid. Like, when is Alia gonna apologise? Like, I know in the episode Ladybug, Alia was like, okay, I'm gonna do a bit of investigating, see what's up. And I know Marinette hasn't been able to debunk all of Lila's lies, but Lila used to be like, oh yeah, me and Ladybug, we're besties. Like, Alia knows for a fact that's not true now, obviously, because she knows Marinette hates her. Marinette would never be friends with Lila, like, you know what I mean? Like, no, Marinette perhaps can't debunk like all the stuff about Prince Ali and stuff, but like, she can about the Ladybug stuff, so. Or is Alia just like, oh yeah, like, yeah, I apologise, it was just off screen. Anyway, next meme. Catwalker. This is brilliant. Cat Noir. But I like this. See, I mean, I guess, like, to me, it's not a competition which one I like more because they're the same laddo. Like, I was really happy because I know there's a lot of speculation. I made a video and I was like, is it Adrian? Is it Felix? Is it Marinette's child from the future or something? It ended up being Adrian, and I was really happy it was Adrian. I mean, I wasn't happy with the circumstances, obviously, why Adrian had to do what he did, but like, I like them both, obviously. I mean, they're the same person. I like that. And that Catwalker's just like the Adrian version of Cat Noir, whereas Cat Noir is like that cheeky side of Adrian, whereas, you know, Catwalker is the more formal Adrian we see in school kind of Adrian. Am I making sense? You know what I mean? Like, to me, Adrian has like two sides to his character. So he has the Cat Noir side, who's like cheeky and flirty and funny, and then we have the Adrian side, who is more like gentlemanlike and formal and kind. And I feel like Adrian's personality is kind of in between the two, because Cat Noir has those moments where he can be really gentlemanly and kind and lovely, and Adrian similarly also has times where he can be kind of funny. So I feel like his true personality lies somewhere in between them, where he's basically a good mix of his Adrian public persona and his Cat Noir cheeky persona. He's somewhere in between. So he just needs to find it, and I understand it's hard. I'm hoping after the reveal he can marry them up together and finally be himself properly. Like with Marinette, I feel like Marinette is very Ladybug-like. The only person she's not Ladybug-like around is Adrian, which is just due to nerves. Like, I know she is sometimes, like for example, like in the episode Gorizilla, like in Risk and stuff, like she sometimes is when she can get over her nerves, but most of the time she isn't. But like when she's around Alia and everyone else in the class, she's more Ladybug-like then, you know what I mean? I don't feel like she has such a big split in personality. Like Marinette and Ladybug, to me, they are the same. The only time she's different is when she's around Adrian. So as soon as she overcomes her nerves, like, I think she'll be fine. Whereas Adrian, it's a bit more different. He has to kind of like find himself in between these like two personas, basically. Okay, next meme. You up for a game of chicken? Oh god. Oh wait, hold on. Is this the... Let me carry on reading. Game of chicken, 50-story freefall. Okay, this is not game of chicken, no. Oh no, wait, I've heard it. Sorry, right. My interpretation of the game chicken is when you both go to kiss each other and whoever pulls away first loses. Like, you get increasingly closer and closer. That's the chicken my friends used to play in high school. Not I've also heard of this chicken too. Okay, first spot that weapon loses, you win. I'm no scaredy cat, you're on. Never do that again. You're just jealous that I won. Oh my god, Cat Noir just casually breaking his neck. He totally would do that though. Sorry, I thought Ladybug was suggesting, so I know, I understand, I remembered out there's two chickens. One where you put yourself in danger, and the other one where you go to kiss. Or is that called gay chicken? Oh, I don't remember. No, wait, because there was this other game in my high school called Nervous, which sounded the same. Oh god. I don't remember. I'm assuming this probably wasn't made by a British person, so we probably have different names for different things. So that's the game I thought they were going to play, but then I saw all the injuries and I was like, this is a very strange game of chicken if they're going for kissing and he ends up with a bandaged head. Cat Noir would totally do that though. He is an idiot, but I don't mean that in a bad way. I think he's wonderful and lovely, but he's a bit of an idiot, isn't he? Okay, next meme. Me when I see the characters losing all their brain cells around Lila. Yes, back on what I was saying, was it meme one? Was it meme the one about... I've already forgotten, okay. Turns out I have a terrible short-term memory. But oh yeah, they're so stupid. I can't wait for the day they'll rise up against it. After what happened at the end of Emotion, I'm pretty sure Lila's going to be the next monarch. Whilst I feel like Felix has a potential for it, I feel like Felix has the potential to be good, whereas Lila does not. And I just don't think it's Chloe, because they just literally, they do seem to be like writing her out this season. Like, she did a bit in Transmission. When I said I did a bit, she had like 2 lines. She had a couple of lines in, was it Reunion? And in Emotion. I think that was really it, to be honest. Like, it does kind of seem, did she say something in Illusion as well? I don't know. But it does kind of seem they are gradually writing her out of the show. And honestly, I'm kind of sad about it. Chloe was never my favourite character, but I used to like the petty drama she would bring to the show. And of course, I think like most of the people, I was hoping for a redemption arc for her, which I'm still holding out hope for. I doubt it's going to happen this season if they're going to do it. I think it'll be later seasons, but I think I would, by the end of the show, I would ultimately like to see Chloe Chloe be redeemed. But that's definitely not happening this season. She doesn't have enough screen time for it. But again, they also give characters really big roles who don't have a lot of screen time behind them, like Zoe. So maybe they will, but I do doubt it. But yeah, I do kind of miss Chloe. Plus as well, Chloe never really seemed to believe Lila anyway. I think she kind of, in this, could have been a good ally. I'd really hate this episode, but Joe Animaestro, where Marinette and Chloe kind of team up against Kagami. Hate that in the episode. I can't stand it. I like to pretend that episode doesn't exist, to be honest. No, don't like it. But like, I understand it's there to show like teenage girls like how to act when like maybe the guy you like gets a relationship with someone else, like what not to do and stuff like that. I understand why it exists, but I hated Marinette in that episode. Really dislike it. But I feel like perhaps, you know, Chloe and Marinette could have really gone like toe to toe against Lila together, but now it seems, obviously after what happened in Penalty, that now Lila and Chloe are working together against Marinette. I'm actually really intrigued to see what they're going to do, because obviously Transmission, it seems Adrian and Marinette are going to be an item of some kind. I don't know, it seems like they're going to be taking it quite slow, judging what happens from episodes that come after. But I do really feel like Lila is going to betray Chloe. Like, Lila is quite obviously using Chloe, so I feel like Lila's basically going to use her and then dump her. And because this is Chloe, Chloe's going to probably try and seek some sort of revenge. I can definitely see that happening, and I am hoping in the long run, because hopefully Chloe is going to show like, oh, this was a mistake, I need to try and rectify it. Marinette's going to see this, and hopefully, even if it's only once in like the season 12 finale, I hope that Chloe will get redeemed and get to be Queen Bee just one last time. I miss Queen Bee a lot, and I actually miss Chloe also a lot, but I am also really intrigued to see what's going to happen. So assuming Lila is going to be Monarch, what the dynamic is going to be like. Obviously Adrian and Marinette aren't going to know Lila is Monarch, and Lila presumably won't know that Ladybug and Cat Noir, but I am going to be really interested to see how the dynamic of like the class changes. Like, is Lila going to drop out of school? How is she going to akumatize people? It's going to be really interesting to see Hawkmoth, assuming it's her, basically be a child. I think that's going to be really interesting to see what they do with it. Like, oh my god, what if she turns the boiler room into her lair? I will be inconsolable if she does that. That is my favourite room in the whole show, my favourite location. I was so disappointed that the video game, I mean, I was very disappointed about a lot of things to the video game, but I was really disappointed we didn't get to go in the boiler room. It's my favourite. If you read my Christmas fanfiction, you'll know how much I love the boiler room. It features heavily. If you haven't read my Christmas fanfiction, what are you doing? Go read it. It'll take you about 2 hours, but it's 2 hours that will be worth it, especially if you love the boiler room. Okay, next meme. Hawkmoth. Cat Noir doesn't like bananas on his pancakes. Oh my dear Cat Noir, why didn't you tell me? I'm just happy to be a normal family. I do love this. I actually would really love, kind of like, okay, as much as I don't want Nasty with the Peacock Miraculous again, because it'd probably make her even more, well, I don't know, it's fixed now, so she should be fine. But I do actually really want to see all three of them transform together. I know we got it in the episode Ladybug, but I kind of want it again, just as like, because I'm toxic and ship Gabe Nath, I want to see this very, very unstable family together like that in their superhero forms. I just think so cute, you know, like do like a power pose like they all did in Penalty. We all got to go in a little group, so we're like, yeah, woo, we're gonna win. I want them to do this. Okay, next meme. Shadowmoth using sentient monsters as slaves. Ladybug killing them without remorse. Sentient monsters have feelings too. I know. Sorry, that sounded very sarcastic. I know. I do feel, well, this is the thing, I've so far, maybe this just speaks to my autism, I've only really felt bad for sentient monsters that have resembled humans. But even then, not so much. Like, I didn't feel bad for Senti Nino or Senti Alec, because I didn't, but I felt bad for Senti Bug, not for Senti Bubbler, and assuming Adrian, Felix and Kagami are Senti monsters. I feel bad for Felix and Adrian more so than Kagami, because it seems like Kagami has full control over herself. Well, she does and she doesn't. Seems like Kagami has control over her feelings and her daily tasks, but her mum has like a big picture control of her life. Whereas if Adrian steps out of line, his dad really starts to control him. So yeah, not great. I am going to be really intrigued though, assuming they are. Like, if they are sentient monsters, I want them to say once from on the show. Like, I do believe they are, but I want them to say it. I need verbal confirmation. I'm like 98% there, but I want proper verbal confirmation in the show for Gabriel to be like, Adrian, you're a sentient monster. Deal with it, mate. He's not going to say that, but you know what I mean. And I want to see how all the characters deal with it. Like, assuming Adrian is one, that's going to cause like a massive, like, I feel like identity crisis. Like, I feel that Felix, if he is a sentient monster, he 100% knows, and I feel like he's already dealt with any feelings he may have around being that. Whereas I'm pretty sure Adrian has no idea. I don't think he knows at all. So I would love to see how they're gonna explore that, and I think I feel this a bit more keenly due to me being diagnosed with autism. Obviously it's not the same as being a sentient monster, although there is a theory kicking around that all the sentient monsters have autism, which is kind of interesting. Am I a sentient monster? However, so I didn't get diagnosed with autism until I was like 18, 19. So whilst obviously I've been autistic my whole life, it's not something that you develop, or as the stigma often suggests, you get from a vaccine or you catch from other people. If you're autistic, you will be born autistic. Like, I've seen some comments occasionally under videos where I talk about my autism. Like when I mentioned my autism a bit more in the review for Protection, I saw one comment saying that their friend had recently been diagnosed with it, but their behaviour didn't change. And I was like, well, yeah, it's because they would have been autistic always, so they wouldn't have changed. It's just who they are. You know what I mean? But because like 18, 19 is an old age to be diagnosed with autism. Like, you'll know yourself if you're autistic, or maybe have a friend or a sibling or parent or whatever who's autistic. You'll know they got diagnosed pretty young. So my mum's autistic and she had a really late autism diagnosis, but my younger brother is also autistic and he was diagnosed, it was when he was still in primary school. I can't remember the exact age, but you finish primary school in the UK at age 11. So it's probably like 9-10 years old, which for the UK is usually like, I'd say like the average age for an autism diagnosis. 9-10 years old is a normal age to be diagnosed at. But because I was diagnosed quite late, like I said, whilst 18 for literally anything is not an old age, for an autism diagnosis, whew, that's elderly. You know what I mean? And I actually really struggled with identity, and like I was already struggling with depression before my diagnosis, and it got really worse because I felt like I'd really lost myself. To have grown up for 18 years, like I've grown out of being a child and was now an adult. I just started university, and to find out I was autistic, whilst I had nothing against autistic people and there was no stigma there or whatever, it was like a blow to my own self-identity basically. And I didn't know how to handle it. I felt like I'd lost myself completely. I didn't feel like I knew who I was, and I actually had to have grief counselling for it. No one had died, but I felt like I kind of lost myself, and I had to have like grief counselling to deal with basically losing myself and having to refine it. And you know, it took ages. Like, I'm 26 now, but honestly I don't really feel like I felt like I knew who I was probably until I was about 24. So it took quite a while. So obviously, assuming Adrian is one, I would like to see how he's gonna react to this and if his sense of self changes, because I feel like with something as big as that, it would have to change. It couldn't not. And I'm also going to be interested to see how Marinette, because I would assume she would find out too, I'd be interested to see how she is going to deal with this, you know? Anyway, that was a bit of a little rant, but yeah, being diagnosed with autism, even though it really explains a lot of things about how you behave and stuff, it also can really mess you up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if any of you are autistic or maybe have ADHD or something else and you were diagnosed quite later on in life, if that maybe like changed your sense of perception about yourself, you know? Like, especially more so if it's a condition that people are born with but you don't find out about it till later. Not so much like an illness that like happens and you get diagnosed with it, then it goes away, but something that's like a, you know, a lifelong condition, because you only found out about it like a lot later on, if it really altered your sense of self. That'd be really interesting to talk about. But yeah, I wonder if Adrian will experience that, because like, this is Adrian. Anyway, next meme. Headcanon. Every time Adrian gets rejected by Ladybug, he reads Lady Noir fanfiction at night while crying. Yes, absolutely. That would be... Oh, he totally would though. That would break my heart. Speaking of fanfiction, guess what I just got back into literally this morning whilst I'm off for Christmas? Hermione fanfiction. Draco and Hermione from Harry Potter. Yeah. I have zero regrets. I've only read 2 so far and I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. It feels like I'm 14 again, which is what first got me into reading fanfiction, and it's probably large in part of why we're here now. So you all have Draco and Hermione to thank for that. And so the final meme of the meme review is a viewer submission meme, and like Hedge says on the screen, in order to be in with a chance of winning, oh wait, Hedge said he changed the words on the screen. You know, Hedge, I never actually read the words on the screen, so I'm sorry, I didn't actually know what it said before. Anyway, if you want to be in a chance of having your meme featured in the meme review, you have to join the Discord server, which is a link down below. And even if you don't have any memes to submit, then that's fine, that's fine. Like, it's still a fun time. I'm pretty much in the Discord server every night unless I'm extremely tired or very, very ill, and even then I still try and make an effort. Like, I think since I've opened my server, I've probably all in all, I don't know, I haven't counted exactly. I've probably only not spoken in there, like, cumulatively for probably 2 weeks, I'd say. Like, I've been on every single night. I usually go on like 7 PM my time. I've been in there pretty much every single night. So if you want to come and chat with me, you totally can. And if you don't have a meme to submit, like I said, it's totally fine. It's just a fun time in there. But anyway, yeah. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning the meme review, you gotta post your meme in the meme review viewer submission channel. And it has to be a meme you've made. If you've just found a meme you want to show everyone that you find funny, you could totally do that. We have a separate channel for that though. The meme reviewer channel for this part is for a meme you have made. What did he actually say? Also, you can just join if you want to hang out and chat with me, Haze, or the other besties from around the world. Why have you put you first, Hedge? It's my server, not yours. Okay, so the winner this time was our Fan Winter Edition. So we have Mayura, Argos, and then Shadow Daddy, may he rest in peace. Listen, was Shadow Daddy's outfit the best? No. Did I still love it? Yes. Why? Because he's Shadow Daddy. Like, the name just comes off the tongue so easily, and I feel like Shadow Daddy, like, I do sincerely miss him because I feel like he was such like a foundation of my channel. Like, I feel, maybe it's not the case for all of you, but I definitely feel me being funny is a big factor why a lot of people subscribe. I feel like people subscribe for either because I'm quite fast with spoilers and getting a video up and analysing them, or because of my humour, or a mix of the two, you know? So I do first of all feel pressure to be fast and get videos up quickly if it's a spoiler, not for a video like this obviously, but also the pressure to be funny, and some days it's easier than others, like especially with the screaming sessions. I feel a lot of pressure for the screaming sessions to be funny, and the theory videos. More so for the voiceovers than sit down videos like this, because I feel like I'm just more interesting when you see my face. So I don't feel there's much pressure for like a meme review or like a commentary or something, but for the voiceovers I feel more pressure because people are less likely to be engaged with the voiceover and might click off. So I feel more pressure there. I really feel like a lot of people did subscribe to me because I was like, yeah, I call Gabriel Shadow Daddy, and they all found it funny. And I feel like the name Shadow Daddy was the reason why a lot of people subscribed in the first place. I feel like I owe basically the start of my channel and the reason why I have the amount of subscribers I do now to that name and him, and also is the reason why, for example, I got to be friends with Miraculously Lazy. Like, she had watched my videos and she had heard me say the name, and she had mentioned it in her, I think it was her ephemeral commentary, and she'd mentioned me by name and I commented and I was like, of course, and I was like, oh my god, of course you can use the name Shadow Daddy, and that led me getting invited on the Miraculous Besties podcast. and I've been invited back twice since, so like, whilst his outfit is not the best, I think we can all agree, Shadow Daddy, just the name, not the outfit, just the name, iconic. And also very special to me. I need to get it tattooed on me. I don't have any tattoos. But I feel like it's so important to me as a person now, I have to. But anyway, besties, that was a meme review for this week. I'd love to know what your favourite meme was, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!